on Muscatine's Vintage Sound, 93.1.
Who you gonna call? 9 o'clock on the dot. We are perfect timing for the first time ever, I think, when it comes to talking about Stinky's House of Horrors. It's go time. These folks, and I'm assuming even more volunteers, have been working tirelessly at 911 East 11th Street to transform Stinky's House of Horrors. Monday is Halloween. It's going to be 79 degrees. And in studio, we got a bunch of dudes. We'll start with the man himself, Stinky. Troy Philpott. Hey, bud.
What's up, man? How you
Hi.
been?
It's so weird saying your name because I just referred to you as Stinky.
Most people do. There are a lot of people that don't know my real name.
Isn't that interesting?
I never realized how many people don't know my real name.
Right.
Kind of throws you off a little bit. Like, you're joking, right? You really don't know my name's Troy, right?
And they're like, no,
I have no idea.
I don't even. It's like they don't want you to have a first name.
Exactly.
Because you have just been known as Stinky, which is not a bad thing, right?
Oh no, totally not. But it's the reason I have the nickname Stinky because I was one of the first haunted houses to actually use smells in the haunt.
I don't
wink,
think.
wink.
What was it? A dead body or something, or was it?
No, I actually use
like a skunk. Do you have a pet skunk running around there?
You know, next time I come on the radio, I'll bring the bottles of scents in for you.
You really do?
I really do.
So that's where the whole nickname came from?
No.
I didn't think so because your family, everybody. Do you have a nickname?
Yeah, everyone at work calls me Jimmy.
Jim? Why?
Because my boss got his old-time movie stars mixed up. He thought I looked like Gary Cooper, and he thought Gary Cooper was Jimmy Stewart. So
That's amazing. You kind of do look like Jimmy Stewart. It's not a bad thing.
yeah, I suppose. It's kind of a lame nickname, but it's the only one I've ever had.
Yeah, it's certainly not like Stinky. And then, Jeff, do you have a nickname at all? No? Come on! Stormy, which is very cool.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a cool name.
It's a great nickname, or if you ever get into porn. So Stinky's House of Horrors has been going on. It started in 1965.
Yes,
when,
1965, 1964,
right.
somewhere in there.
You've been doing it every year. But no, seriously, how many years is it now?
I've been doing some type of a haunted house for like 20 years.
Jeez.
I don't actually remember the time I actually started calling it Stinky's House of Horrors, but it's at least eight years or so, I would say.
It's fantastic.
I know somebody's probably gonna listen back to all the interviews and everything and say, "You said it was this last year. Now you're changing what you said."
You can never have the story straight. I love it, but it doesn't matter because what you're doing is good work. And Monday is Halloween, which is kind of cool. Halloween's on a Monday. How about the weather? By the way,
I see they raised the temperature. It's supposed to be in the 70s now.
Yeah, no, like 78 or 79.
It's gonna be a good. I like it when it's nice out. The people don't get. I mean, I've had them out there when they were freezing cold,
rain.
I'm running to the store and buying the little heat packets for their hands, and I don't have to do that this year.
So, Stinky's House of Horror is 911 East 11th Street. It officially opens at dusk on Halloween, right?
Yep. Basically, we open the doors when we're ready,
and it's true that there will be a line.
There will be definitely a line. It was huge last year,
and it's great because it helps out the Salvation Army.
Yes, it does.
So as much as you and your crew love Halloween like I do, and you see all the cool stuff at the trade shows and what's it called in St. Louis when you
Trans World Halloween Expo.
Right, which is awesome.
Yep.
So you love doing it. It's a lot of work, but at the end of the day, it is about that person coming through the door with non-perishable food donation.
Yeah. I have a stack building up of it already.
Really?
Oh yeah. The Dominguez family have already they brought down they brought so much down.
Yeah.
That they didn't want to carry it through the line the whole time, and I understand because I bet they brought 60-something, 70 pounds.
Cow. That's fantastic.
And they didn't want to carry it through the line when they come. They're still coming to the haunt.
Yeah,
but they just didn't want to carry it through the line, so they brought it up early.
I think that's great.
People don't have to be afraid if you can't make it. Stop by. Even before, after the haunt, we still collected up until the Freedom for Food campaign.
Yeah, that's gonna. So it's kind of nice. It all comes for full circle when we're at the truck at Hy-Vee, and you guys show up with that food bomb, as we've aptly named it, and it is a lot. I mean, it makes
getting
a
up there.
big difference for the Salvation Army. And all of a sudden, that truck, that Hawkeye hauler, gets that day is my favorite when you guys come out because there's so much food and there's just so much. It's just a good feeling. It's a good vibe because we're paying it forward. So again, as much as you love scaring people and putting on a good haunted house, it is about helping the community.
Yeah, you're exactly right. The feeling you get from it, and I know all the guys that help us out, they all feel the same. It's I believe that I like when if they help in the haunt. I wish every one of them could show up to help us load the Hawkeye hauler
For sure.
because that's when you really get the feeling of the difference you've actually made.
When you see all the food, you can appreciate
exactly. And then
all the
you know
work.
while you're there, you normally see the people stopping by, still dropping. You know, you get to see firsthand the community coming together to do something for the people that are less fortunate.
Well, you always come prepared. So, what do we need to mention that's on the little note paper over there?
Well, I actually, you know, like every year, I try to get my sponsors and everything because I do get people that sponsor the haunt.
Sure.
You know, obviously, Vintage Sound 931, you know, one of my biggest ones. I got to give a huge shout out to old Wes this year. He's made me all kinds of weird sound bites. Actually, that's why I brought this in because he's got another sound bite he made for me for my spider room.
Nice.
That's not there. The Doug Watkins, Oveson Refuge and Recycling, which I heard that they got a radio the other day. I see that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Really super awesome guy Ron is. My boss Jim Reynolds, they all donate money and stuff like that to help me build certain props so we can go bigger and better. For this year, Ron sponsors. We're going to have the Slide of Terror.
Nice.
In it, all donated by Ron at Overson's. So it should be good. Hey, Wes,
That's awesome.
Your cappuccino's right there.
I think where's it at? I don't know what it is. Is it one of these? I don't know.
I just stopped mid-sentence.
I love it. Keep going on people you want to thank because this is definitely it takes an army to put this together.
Brenda Neff, she makes all the flyers. If you see flyers out around town, my boss's wife Brenda, she makes all the flyers up, and my girlfriend Tammy and her daughter Nikki and my mom all go around. They hang them up in different places. I do have to give a shout out to Sam and all the guys at work because they'll heckle me if I don't when I get back. But the guys at work, you know, they'll little off and on they'll come up with, they'll make fun of me first, but then they come up with goofy ideas for me to try, and I mean it's pretty cool the support that we get. Got to give a shout out to Mama Fry coming home today.
Yeah, that's pretty cool,
So,
right?
Yeah, she's coming home from the hospital. That's about it. I probably forgot somebody. I got to thank, you know, all my crew, you know, Jason, Jeff, Scott, Dakota,
Tracy,
my sister Tracy.
I'll make sure you don't forget Trace.
Hey, she hasn't done the her room because I started giving her a room of her own each year to decorate.
That's cool. Yeah.
So
is that a surprise?
Yes, it's a surprise, but it has something to do with the commercial that you guys helped me make.
All right.
Oh, dear boy.
That's awesome.
You might want to remind her.
Don't worry. Trust me. I know this. I definitely have to remind her all the time.
This is great, and I think this is honestly the first year that I'm going to be able to show up and go through Stinky's House of Horrors because I've always had something going on.
I know. It's super awesome. Yeah, you know, you realize you're going to have to hold Wes's hand and pull him through, right? He's already told me I ain't going through. I'll show up, but I'm not going through.
No, he's a giant baby. He does not like haunted houses. Whereas I love scary movies and I love haunted houses.
See, I don't like scary movies.
That's so weird.
I got a stack of probably 50 horror movies. I mean, from everyone you can think of, from old black and whites all the way up to almost all the Saws. I don't watch them. If there's a cool scene that's got a cool thing in it, I'll find out about where that part's at, and I'll fast forward to it and watch it.
You're like the Mr. Skin of horror films, right?
Yep. I don't.
If you get that reference, by the way, you're welcome. That's a fantastic reference. I don't want to pat myself on the back. That's great. It's exciting because you look for things that you could do in the Stinky's House of Horrors.
Yeah, I don't know. My sisters, they really hurt me on horror movies when I was younger. They made me watch American Werewolf in London.
Oh no!
And then they locked me outside, and I was terrified from that point on.
I can't believe that happened. Everybody in your
I've had
family
more
seems
nightmares
so
about
nice.
werewolves than I have any other thing my whole life.
Oh, poor Stinky. Listen, it's a good time. Halloween night at dusk. Stinky's House of Horrors is back. 911 East 11th Street.
Yep.
There is no cost to go through money-wise. Bring a non-perishable food donation.
Yep.
Then you go through the haunted house and you go about the rest of your Halloween. It's a pretty good deal. Jason, are you going to be working the haunted house?
I am. I'm going to be security. I
Nice.
guess you call it.
Yeah.
He's our kind of our picture, video photography, security
Love
guy.
it. Yeah, that's a good role.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jeff, where are you going to be at, or do you not want to say?
I'm going to keep that a secret.
Okay, but you're in the haunt somewhere.
Oh,
All right. It's
we've had a lot of help. Oh, I need to tell anybody
Yeah.
tonight. I get off work at 4.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that wants to help us, the city's working with us, and they're going to be picking all of our leaves up. We already raked a whole bunch of them down, but the kind of needs gone over again, just a slipping issue and stuff like that. Sure. But anybody that wants to help us out, show up tonight. We're going to just try to knock it out in about an hour or so and get the leaves raked down to the bottom so the city can pick them up tomorrow morning.
That's fantastic.
So anybody that wants to help, we had a huge group of kids and everybody show up last year. I got home from work and there's like 20 kids in my yard raking. I'm like, wow. What? So it was awesome.
That's really nice, isn't it?
Who are these people? But they heard that we needed help and they just showed up and it was cool.
Sweet. So if you want to volunteer and help Stinky's House of Horrors, be there after 4 o'clock, 911 East 11th Street. Bring a rake, BYOR, bring your own rake. And then
there you go.
On Halloween, the weather's going to cooperate. Stinky's House of Horrors is back, and there's something a little bit different this year. You can tune your radio to 88 point...
What we changed?
Was it 3?
Is it 3? Yeah.
So 88.3, and there'll be a custom Stinky's House of Horror soundtrack radio station, if you will.
If you pull up right in front, Wes helped me out with that, baby. Yeah. Did some super little micro commercials, I guess we can call them in the middle.
Yeah.
Imaging. Yeah, all the fancy words. And it's awesome. But I've been listening to that station over and over and over in the basement.
Awesome.
And the guys, I catch them singing the little Stinky's House of Horror. It's just awesome. I mean, it's kind of like the Muscabus commercial.
Right. You know what? That was an idea I had a couple years ago for Halloween. I was going to go. My costume was going to be the Muscabus. And I would just play the commercial over and over again. I thought it was a genius, right?
It wasn't.
I thought it was genius.
You want to be the first person to get kicked out of the Halloween party? Okay, well, you got to leave, dude.
You got to stop playing it. But you know what? It's catchy and it sticks in your head, right?
You were right. I don't know anybody that doesn't know it.
Yeah, and I got to be honest. I still haven't been on the Muscabus, and I feel bad.
I've been here almost. I've never
really
rode it either. Have you ever rode it?
I've never rode it. I've been on it at work a few times.
That's what you do for the opening of Stinky's House of Horrors. You show up, not in a limo, on the Muscabus.
Oh, there you go. Are you all ready? As I step off
we should
the
have Muscabus like shuttle people to Stinky's House of Horrors.
Ooh,
that's not a bad idea. 911 East 11th Street, Monday, Halloween night. You got to stop by. Non-perishable food donation. It's going to all go to the Salvation Army during 2 weeks of love, freezing for food. But this is first things first. Good weather, good time, great cause, good people involved. Takes an army. Happens each year. No signs of stopping.
No signs at all.
All right. Are you going to have the beard on Halloween? Is this part of a costume? Are you going?
That's just me being lazy.
Are you going as the old man in the sea?
The girlfriend's already. She's been riding me like last 2 weeks about getting it.
It's funny because when you're clean shaven, you look like a teenager.
Yeah,
and now the beard, you look old. Not that looking older is bad.
Hey, you know, it's kind of funny. I got this like little gray spot right here. My girlfriend's daughter, Nikki, she goes. Oh, she goes, you must have bumped into something. She goes, you got paint. She wasn't making fun of me. She was dead serious. She thought I got paint on my chin the other day.
Oh no, it's gray hair.
Yeah, thanks.
That's
I mean, if you look at Jay here, it looks like he dipped his head in a can.
I might have.
Yeah, he can arrest you. Don't forget, right?
Hey,
that's a thing that can happen.
Having a brother that's a cop is a plus.
He enjoys the handcuffs too much, and that scares me.
Oh, boy.
That's the only reason I have him in my haunt now.
All right, Stinky's House of Horror Monday, Halloween night. Thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate it.
Hey, thank you for having us here, and thanks for helping us. We appreciate it.
It's the least we can do. It's a great cause, and get scared unless you're Wes and you're a big fraidy cat. Maybe he could go. Well, he was there already with the lights on.
Maybe I should work on a. Like a kitty haunt or something that Wes can go through it.
That's a good idea.
I'm trying to ask him a favor. I better be nice to him.
He's always got favors, this guy. No, but it's a great cause. Halloween night, Stinky's House of Horrors, 911 East 11th Street here in the Pearl City.